My name is Erika, Erica, and today I'm going to be talking about sign language as a method of communication. Sign language is typically used for people who are deaf or people who are hard of hearing as a way to communicate, but it has also been found to be an extremely helpful method for children with autism spectrum disorders and other developmental disabilities. So sign language is obviously the use of using your hands and your facial expression and your body language to communicate. There is American Sign Language, British Sign Language, Universal Sign Language. In America here, we typically use ASL or American Sign Language when we sign to other people. So there was a study done by Carr et al. That showed sign language was able to be taught to chimpanzees, and after that study was completed, the scientists who did that study thought, well, if chimps can learn it and they're nonverbal, maybe children with autism spectrum disorders could learn sign language as a different way to communicate. So it's been rather successful teaching sign language to children with autism and other developmental disabilities. There has been several studies that have shown using sign language as well as verbal repertoire has shown a higher rate of acquisition for words and phrases for children with ASD. So when I personally work with a child, I might show them something like this, say, red. So I'm verbally saying the word red, I'm showing them a color so they can touch it, and I can sign the sign red. So that way they are getting a tactile stimuli by touching the color, they are hearing it, an auditory stimuli, and then they're also seeing me sign red. So they're getting 3 different types of stimuli. Some advantages of sign language include that it can be taken anywhere. Obviously, you only need your hands and your face to communicate with sign language. But then some of the disadvantages of sign language include imitation skills. Learners with ASD typically have poor imitation skills, so learning to use different signs may be difficult for them. Aspects of sign language may be difficult for children with autism because of poor fine motor abilities. And also for parents and teachers and people in the community, it may be difficult because not everyone knows sign language, and children with autism may use modified sign language. One of the students I work with, the sign for thank you is thank you, but she signs thank you down here. But it is a very useful skill to have, and so seeing the signs can be really helpful to them learning language. There has been links showing learning sign language leading to verbal or vocal and verbal outcomes. So sign language is really cool. So just a little bit of it. So the numbers in sign language: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Colors in sign language: we have red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple. Other common things I teach my students will be mom, dad, boy, girl, and then the very common ones: eat, drink, bathroom. It's the letter T, just shake it for bathroom. Thank you, and then hello. So very simple signs can be taught to even, sign language is even taught to kids or to babies to learn to communicate their needs. So sign language has been shown to be a very effective and productive method of teaching communication to children who are nonverbal, even including babies who are neurotypical functioning. So I personally really like sign language because you can take it anywhere with you. You don't need a textbook, you don't need an iPad.